Drop that bitch on her head like bang.
What's going on, everybody? Fired Up Fridays. Another week down. Another Friday night stream. Pretty boring fucking week this week, except online. I literally have zero drama in my life except for what's going on YouTube. I see Chuck's here. I wanted to give Chuck a shout out. Really sorry to hear what happened with your daughter, brother. There are fucking scumbags in this world. There's nothing we can really do about it unless it's too late. So, but let's take a look in the chat here. Who we got? We got Sophia earlier commenting. Sophia, what's up, Cynthia? Our poll, thanks for coming. Chuck, of course. Snafu, good to see you. Let's see what we got here. MGTOW Forever, he's in the house. Queen of Swords, good to see you. And let's see. Cadence, there you are again. Glad to see you back. I know last week, I had some words with Tommy. It is what it is. But yeah, so interesting week. Couple things happened. NASA apparently had a 7-year mission to, what is it called? Oh, Jesus. They had an asteroid that was about 7 years away. I'm backfeeding. 7-year mission, and it landed literally on this asteroid, and it landed on it, took a sample, and flew back. And it just landed in Nevada, and they're opening it up to analyze all of the dirt and debris and rocks and shit that are in there. So, but we can't go to the moon. I mean, the moon's right there. It's a couple 100 million miles from here, and literally we haven't even scratched the surface. Everyone else is going to the moon, but it is what it is. Anyway, welcome. Ayuror. Peace to you too, brother. What's going on, Snafu? What's up, buddy?
Mr. DD, how are you?
Welcome. Doing well.
I'm just laughing my ass off. I just finally got to watching Cynthia's video that she's trying to get. It's actually pretty fucking funny. I was like, I saw Wizard's dumbass fly over to the gate. I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, I was showing it to Max. Yeah, we worked together, and man, it was fucking.
You ought to play it. You ought to play it for everyone to watch.
Well, what's funny is because Tommy just released a video a day or two ago about Paul sucking dick, and had been working on one forever, and I'm like, Tommy's video is so much better than mine. I'm like, delete. I'm not even going to bother even sending it out to anybody. It was pretty bad, but let me see if I can pull that up. Cynthia.
I'm not going to promote the little pedograph guy I always go after, but he's made some videos too at Paul. There's reasons why Paul won't address him, though. And let's just make that clear. There's reasons why he'll address Tommy. There's reasons why he'll address Cynthia. There's reasons why he doesn't address other pogos going after him. But Cynthia, right. I was very surprised. I thought it was art.
Yeah, it was pretty good editing. I like to know what she was using for that. It seemed like everything was choreographed pretty well, and the mouse moving with the lips. But anyway, fuck it. Let's fucking play it for anyone who hasn't had a chance to see it.
The optics are high.
Yeah, let's see this.
Collection is rated R.
Before we go on, Talcott clip collection. Get the fuck out of here if you think this is a shitty ass live, you loser.
So again, I'm the most immature motherfucker you're gonna meet on the metaverse at times.
You the other girl, you the mama. So at least I'm a girl.
Fuck that fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
I'm the king. Let's go. Stop hitting your chest. You're making a radio.
Because the majority of these women out here are goofy bitches who've gotten everything they've wanted from the beginning of their inception here from their daddy, first and foremost, by batting their eyes and pushing their titties up one way or the other. They're getting what they want, and they're not dealing with the same consequences a man is. Go ask the court system. Woman could have a body under the floorboard. She'll get probation. I'm going to go to jail for 5 years for having a substance on me. Let's stop playing games with each other. Okay? So we're not the same. We're not equal. We're not treated equal. And there's a reason why. Because motherfucking men run the planet. Hello? Have you noticed?
So you gonna do it? That's why oh, shit.
Damn it. You're going to make me do this? I'll give it to you. I'm being mean and rude. Who's going to fuck Cynthia? Let's go.
It's good.
Yeah, I didn't actually see that whole blow up.
Yeah, and her bitch ass has never come back since, but ran her fat mouth everywhere else because she's a fucking coward. You could be a woman and be a coward. You could be a man and be a coward. You could be a woman and be a brave, real bitch. While the men around you are cowards. She ain't that. She's a fake ass, two-faced, cowardly bitch who will run her mouth everywhere else, but won't do it in my motherfucking face on this panel where she came to originally to use me to promote her second channel.
I fought worse monsters than you for years in Hollywood. I know how to
This
win
shit's
the
gold.
hard way.
Like, what has he said that would be that he knows it's a lie?
I could give an example just today. Just today, he was on his show calling me out, calling me, you won't even come up to my panel. But because I'm blocked, I couldn't say drop the link to hit the panel.
Yeah, that's the kind of lie. It's like
Just the coward and won't come up, but he doesn't tell the part that he's put such up a wall you can't come up. He doesn't really want the resolution. He feeds off of the conflict.
Miss Crawford, we don't want any hard feelings.
You don't know what hard feelings are.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about
Like
somebody, you should at least
blocked from my
StreamYard
panel.
But if you don't have the link and I'm blocked from your chat, how can I say drop the link?
Can't.
Exactly.
Can't join.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
I would only be comfortable having that type conversation on either Flo's or Steve's because y'all could be completely neutral and would control the chaos.
But energy.
I'll go
When you talk
anywhere
about
with
the middle
anyone and
ground-
talk about anything, and I already have.
Please, Miss Crawford. It's hardly necessary to make threats you surely don't mean.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
This is the funniest part. Look at Wizard.
Yeah.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seriously doubt he would even take me up on that challenge because he wouldn't be in control.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to put the offer out there, and it's welcome. And I'll put it out to Wizard as well. Wizard, I'll go to Machine Lies if you want.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
Before we go on, Talcott clip collection. Get the fuck out of here if you think this is a shitty ass live, you loser.
Good stuff, Cynthia. Good stuff. Very good editing.
She surprised the fuck out of me on that one, dude.
Yeah, good editing. Very good editing. I'm very impressed with that. Very funny. Very, very funny. So we needed that. Chuck needed it. He's had a shitty day. There's good we can entertain you, Chuck. At the expense of Paul, which I don't even like talking about him on here because it just feeds his ego. But yeah, that's good stuff. I was actually talking today about it. Seeing people finally just like fucking done with his ass. You know what I mean? Like they're just fucking done. I was told that I hate him. I'm like, I don't fucking hate him. I don't care. Like he literally has no, makes no consequence in my life in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people that he does, and he knows that. So whatever, do your own thing, make your money. Don't go to work. Don't have a job. Whatever. If you can make money doing this, more power to you. But
Well,
he's a fucking
I know
liar.
where
You know what I mean?
I know where he stands. He's a pogo hornet nest. There's reasons why when Monograph did videos, just like Cynthia's here, he won't go after others because he knows others are way more connected and into some very serious stuff. So he showed me that he doesn't even stand up against the word I use usually, that type of criminal, that type of traitors people. But so like, he could talk about these cop stops all day long. He could talk about whatever the fuck he wants, like, oh, guru it out, blah, blah. But I seen exactly how he wouldn't even stand up to real traitors, frauds, criminals, and pedos online, because you know what? He will confront Cynthia. He will confront Lumatami. He will confront me, but pedo grab Monograph, I see you didn't confront Paul, and he's still going at you. So I see what the optics are in this situation. And anyways, it's good to be here on your show, man. And I just thought that would be a funny little opener. She did a good job. She did a bang up job. I was pretty surprised in the trolling her.
Yeah, no, for real. I think it's funny how we can, criticize, critique, and stand up for what we want to stand up. And he'll say he does the same fucking thing, but he doesn't. He's a coward, just like you said. He won't stand up to that guy.
Absolutely.
Monograph. He's a coward, but he'll call everyone else a coward. It's just such a projection. It's
right, and there's reasons
laughable.
why. There's reasons why. Again, this guy got his phone number, called him at nighttime, checked his ass, showed him he's real. These criminals we go are. I mean, we've had journalists with the rat's eyeballs pulled out. The type of stuff we're doing and exposing Snafu Crew and us, the Truth Yo. That's real shit, Paul. You're just guru and doing this thing. But no, Cynthia, good job. And God forbid me and her get into it, because that's going to be competition. She got some troll in her, bro. I do it, but I give her kudos, man. And hey, Big Mitch, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you,
Hold on,
Snap.
Mitch.
Hey, what up, Steve? Yeah,
welcome.
Cynthia, I really like Cynthia. I'm glad you brought her up. Peace.
Well, I'll be honest, because that's only way I like to be is, when she first hit the scene and she was on Paul's, she really annoyed me. Like, I was really annoyed with her and her questions, and I'm like, fuck this bitch. I don't fucking like her. She's sucking on Paul's dick, just annoying me. But
well, I got into it with her too. She was even with the granny panties until I made cool with them. But I mean, Cynthia's her own thing. She has jab opt. We all have optics. We all aren't. We're all sinners, I should say, as Steve liked to say the other day. I heard you say, but no. You know what? Real recognizes real in the end, and accountability and humbleness is a huge thing. And some people just do not have that in them. And that's why I think sometimes we could. I mean, even Illumitami, like my fucking shit with that fool, but even him, he has the optics to see in certain things, and like that's what I'm saying. Real recognizes real in the end on certain subjects.
No, you said it right. The nail on the head. Now it's now she's grown on me. I've seen she's kind of rebelled. And she got away from that. She quickly, I think most women do. They find out quickly that he's a fraud. You know what I mean? And they can see right through him. But I enjoy Cynthia now. She's growing on me, so I do welcome her here. I welcome her her editing skills for sure. Oh man, this is pretty good stuff.
I look forward more to her season 4, as Tommy says.
Yeah, she's definitely changed the personality up. Did you see that video, Mitch? You didn't see the one we just
No,
video?
I just got here. Yeah.
Well, let me see. I don't know if
of all people, Mitch needs to see that.
All right, we're gonna run the video again. Cynthia, we're giving you some extra views here, maybe.
The following clip collection is rated R.
Before we go on, Talcott clip collection, get the fuck out of here if you think this is a shitty ass live, you loser.
So again, I'm the most immature motherfucker you're gonna meet on the metaverse at times.
You the other girl. You the mama. So at least I'm a girl.
Fuck that fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not gay. I'm grown. Stop being your chest. You're making a radio.
Because the majority of these women out here are goofy bitches who've gotten everything they've wanted from the beginning of their inception here, from their daddy first and foremost. By batting their eyes and pushing their titties up one way or the other, they're getting what they want, and they're not dealing with the same consequences a man is. Go ask the court system. Woman could have a body under the floorboard, she'll get probation. I'm gonna go to jail for 5 years for having a substance on me. Let's stop playing games with each other. Okay, so we're not the same. We're not equal. We're not treated equal. And there's a reason why. Because motherfucking men run the planet. Hello? Have you noticed? Damn it. You're going to make me do this? I'll give it to you. I'm being mean and rude. Who's going to fuck Cynthia? Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't actually see that whole blow up.
Yeah, and her bitch ass has never come back since, but ran her fat mouth everywhere else because she's a fucking coward. You could be a woman and be a coward. You could be a man and be a coward. You could be a woman and be a brave, real bitch. While the men around you are cowards. She ain't that. She's a fake ass, two-faced, cowardly bitch who will run her mouth everywhere else, but won't do it in my motherfucking face on this panel where she came to originally to use me to promote her second channel.
I fought worse monsters than you for years in Hollywood. I know how to win the hard way.
Like, what has he said that he knows it's a lie?
I could give an example just today. Just today, he was on his show calling me out, calling me, you won't even come up to my panel. But because I'm blocked, I couldn't say drop the link to hit the panel.
Yeah, that's the kind of lie. It's like
just a coward and won't come up, but he doesn't tell the part that he's put such up a wall you can't come up. He doesn't really want the resolution. He feeds off of the conflict.
Miss Crawford, we don't want any hard feelings.
You don't know what hard feelings are.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about somebody, you should at
Nobody's
least
blocked from my StreamYard panel.
But if you don't have the link and I'm blocked from your chat, how can I say drop the link?
Can't.
Exactly.
Can't join.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
I would only be comfortable having that type conversation on either Flo's or Steve's because y'all could be completely neutral and would control the chaos.
Type of energy.
I'll go
When you talk
anywhere
about
with
the middle
anyone and
ground-
talk about anything, and I already have.
Please, Miss Crawford. It's hardly necessary to make threats you surely don't mean.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
Fucking wizard
That fat,
flies.
disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
I seriously doubt he would even take me up on that challenge because he wouldn't be in control.
There's only one way to find out, and that's to put the offer out there, and it's welcome. And I'll put it out to Wizard as well. Wizard, I'll go to Machine Lies if you want.
That fat, disgusting bitch.
Yeah.
Before we go on, Talcott clip collection. Get the fuck out of here if you think this is a shitty ass live, you loser.
Yeah, so Dick's cut in that video makes it. I love Dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fucking
Yeah.
He's been a good little yes man lately.
Right.
Yeah.
EBT's in the house. What's up, sir?
Mr. EBT. Yeah, I was surprised. Cynthia has the inner troll in her. She did good, pretty good, decent, and yeah, kind of surprised me.
No, I see it, man. It's like a growing just community where people are tired of putting up with that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, they're just going to see the optics for what they are, Steve. And again, I tell people that this world, like, I'm not going to push it too much, but again, there's certain of us who actually are standing up against the digital experience of the traders, fraudulent scam. That's why I respect Mitchell. Mitchell calls the frauds and scams out. He's done it for a while. He sees them. They usually end up backbiting and telling on themselves. Some of us are going after some very serious people who have made death threats, who people have disappeared, who people whistleblowers, blah, blah. It's like, Paul, the reason I took it because, you don't do nothing, you ain't shit. Motherfucker, Google Snafu Snaps, Snafu Crew, #Truthio, and then Google Paul and Slavia and see who comes up more. I do. For what? Standing up for real shit. No, I've seen the optics with him. He's a pogo hornet nest. I get what his tactics are. I get what he's doing with a lot of these people. Real recognizes real in the end. And humbleness is a big thing. And I've told him over and over and over again. It's not that I don't I don't dislike him. I just know that he's not being true to self. And it's part of a grifting scam / he's making good money. And then you get these culted ones that fucking give him tons of money. These culted ones that encourage it, So I see where he's at in this whole game, this digital experience. But I'm proud of the people who real recognize is real. And we could fucking all say one thing and another, but the optics never lie.
No, it's 100% true, man. Like everything that, personally, what I thought of people, because I was only really watching Paul's channel, shit about you, shit about Mitchell. Just he literally had an opinion about people that you could tell he didn't like them, or he really caused a dynamic with them that was, a battle. You know what I mean? And he literally brings that everywhere he goes. Like he just cannot be just having a good time talking about whatever. He's got to be constantly talking about himself and how much better he is. You know what I mean? That's what it really boils down to. At least that's the way I fucking see it.
And I think it's important. It's not just him. There's many of. That's why he's a pogo hornet. But Mitch has caught many of them in their act too. Mitch has been on point, and it's a digital experience. And what really, really gets me is not the Pauls, it's not even the pedographs, it's not the characters in play. It's the people who are so blinded, like the people who are so either deceived or turn their cheek. That's what blows me away the most, Steve. If you really want me,
yeah, it's his
not
chat.
even the players of the game.
Yeah, they'll follow around and it's literally like, we don't like DD214. Fuck that dude. We're always going to hate him. We're always going to give him shit because he stood up to Paul. He didn't talk fucking, trash like he was trying to be, a liar. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was painted to be. You saw that. You were one of them. You know what I mean? And
I was at first, and then I got to get to know you and what you stood for, and I saw how you approached him as he approached you, and what I saw is humbleness, and you with patience, which a lot of these people do, because what other man is going to tell another man you ain't shit, you equate to nothing, your family ain't nothing, you're doing nothing, like the stuff he says. And then most of these guys give it a cupcake icing thing and say, no, they need to just be real. Bro, you think you're better than us, and that's not the fucking truth. And that's when he gets triggered and cornered and back. And that's why he won't go to panels where he doesn't have the access, so to speak, But it's not even him. It's not even the pedograph. It's not even the content creator. I mean, they know what they're doing willingly. They know exactly what they're doing because there's money involved, there's things involved, and government operator type shit involved. The biggest thing is the people who can't see it, the people who don't care or turn their cheek. And we all talk about coming together. We all talk about the division. Well, yeah, there is going to be a division because people don't realize there is such a thing as wheat and tare. And I think this whole thing has been a perfect example of true wheat and tare, because look at things like Cynthia, look at things like you and me, look at things like me and we've been at each other. But there's also a humbleness and a forgiveness and an understanding. We all bleed the same. We're all human. We're all full of mistakes, and no one's perfect. But yeah, Paul can't.
Look at at least three of us here. Me, you, Mitchell. We're normally on panel. We're normally on screen talking. Cameras on, giving our opinions about shit. We've all been on Paul's panel. We've all dealt with that nonsense. There's times where you're not always getting along, and there's times where you are kind of getting along. But it's like, at the end of the day, everything is just fucking negative over there. If you're trying to build a community, like I was trying to come into that community, like, hey, what's up with these people? And it was completely shunned because of why? what? Now I look at it, it's like it's just fucked. Like I had to come in and like try to defend myself right off the bat instead of being welcomed. Like, oh hey, what's going on, man? And now it's like you can have the power yourself and do what I'm doing. Start your own fucking channel. Talk about your own shit. Fucking really just get out there without being such overly criticized. So I enjoy seeing these panels, the rest of them, Flow State, Z, he's shut down, but people who are like, not making other people make a discernment for them. That pretty much is what it is, right? I mean, think about it. Anything that he says, they all pretty much agree to everything, without a doubt.
To everything. No, it's
Seriously.
It's crazy.
There's like no nuts. There's no, nobody speaks for themselves there. It's just whatever the boss man says.
But I think we can all disagree with each other, and in the end, we don't have to maintain a lie, so we can find peace and forgiveness and mutual understanding, or agree to disagree, whatever we got to do. Just.
Well, I say everyone has a truth, yo. Everyone has a truth, yo. Even them. And my whole thing is when I see another man, and again, let's just put it this way, Google me and Google him. I may be the joke all the time to all these motherfuckers, but let's just put it to test. Why don't you really see who's more involved in the digital experience and who's done things and, play one video and then live off the past of that and then build this mentality of we're building community, we're making, no. This motherfucker's sitting there just like Jack on a screen talking like mini broadcasts. Some of these people aren't putting in work, but the Snafu crew, the Truthio, which I say the Truthio is each and every one of you putting your Truthio out. It's not me. It's not. That's why I always say it's we the peeps versus elite. So I'm proud of everyone putting their own Truthio out there and standing up for what's right, what's wrong. I just wish the discernment and the cult mentality and just the turning the cheek. But again, in the times that we're in, those will be martyred who stand up, for true freedoms and rights. Like, so if you really want to look at like the numbers, well, maybe that should tell you, well, maybe I am on the right side. Why am I getting martyred for standing up for rights, freedom, this, when the other ones are kind of doing this false presentation, because the truther community has changed over the years, it really has.
I thought it was pretty fucking violent at first. I thought I was entering the truther community, but I don't know what the fuck I entered when I first hopped up on these panels. But I can tell you, even with you, like your purpose, man, I've told you this before, but I can see your purpose. I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to be a fucking champion. You're trying to seek out the fuckery and expose it and call it out and doing what you got to do. Like it's a calling that you have. That's more than I see almost any fucking buddy out here. I mean, like actually doing something. You know what I mean?
And I got to give the credit to the crew members, the Truthio, you guys, everyone. It's not me. It's just standing up. It's not bitching out. It's not you comply. You die. That's why I said the whole YouTube guideline policy thing. I understood it. Like I get it, but like I wish people would do what I'm on channel 8, 9, 10, especially the bigger ones, because then that would have to make the big corporation CEOs change it up. Instead of being able, it's all corralling, compliance. What can we make more? What can we make more? Comply more. How can we do the most corrupt, fraudulent, scammy shit on their food, their waters, their cellular nature, without seeing the point of revolt, so to speak. And I'm not like saying revolt anyway, but again, we are in such a corrupt police state world. There is no longer a Paul Revere moment or the only thing we can do is, as I say, be fishers of men or be real, recognize the real, stand up for what you believe. Just like the military shit was bullshit. Like you believed what it meant, what you were programmed to believe it, for right, for good, blah, blah. And that still stands for something because that's what we believe in. That's what we, value. And so I just encourage those who stand up against evil. And this internet thing, this YouTube thing is one of the biggest platforms used for, again, America is the big guy in the trafficking scene. America is the big guy in the corrupt CEO, POGO, third-party data transfer collection scene. And some of these people are way more involved than they even know. And yeah, I think some people are standing up doing things, and then some people are just grifting and acting like, and these people are deceived thinking that they're actually making a difference, and they're not. And I'm going to straight up say people like Jack and Paul could put more actions into what they say, and I'd probably respect them a little more than what I do with the crew and what we do on this online bullshit. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is bad. I'm just saying put some action. I'd like to see present time standing up for what actually counts.
Yeah, man, it's fucking honorable. I just came on here to hang out and do some research and found a whole new world where you could actually share your thoughts, with people. It's just attractive to get up here and state your purpose. You know what I mean? And, no, I really fucking enjoy it, but I don't know. You see this picture I got up here. This is for Zetetic Warrior. I think this is why he got shut down, right? Because he was playing a Disney movie or something.
I think he said he got hit for Disney or something like that. Copyrights, right?
Yeah. So there's Minnie Mouse. Or Mickey Mouse.
And by the way, make sure you guys thumbs up and help Mr. DD hit the algorithms back and share.
I just did.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I know that sounds cliche, but I tell people that because I do know the whole algorithm thing, from Mike Strutt and Dex, Marfugel's right-hand man, which is, again, these guys are the ones running it. They're talking to the owners and CEOs and third-party contracts. The thumbs up and all that, never take your numbers. They're always wrong. They're always full of shit. Like your numbers and but the algorithm itself will get triggered. So your community, like DD's people watch all that, always share your videos out. Even I tell people, it doesn't matter if it's one person to 1 million people that see it. Even that one person should be important. And that's what I see in people like DD and Mitch and other content creators. Is I don't think you guys are too much, like you guys actually just are about the message versus the numbers and the clout and sure, which is part of growing and getting that shit to work and it's all digital experience. But I recognize real, and I just want the people to realize you guys help by sharing and thumbs up more than in this whole digital experience too. It still means something.
Yeah, it's true, man. Because I was actually talking about today and looking it over some numbers and I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to fucking do the stream Friday because it's probably going to be fighting with somebody. You know what I mean? There's going to be some drama somehow. It's like, you know what? I think I might just rather play some fucking video games. You know what I mean? Like actually be entertained. But I was like, nah, fuck it. I'll do my show. I've been consistent pretty much every Friday. Only because, when I first started doing this stream a few months ago, and I still suck at it, like technical issues and whatever, but I'm every day trying to get better, trying to be more creative. But I had like 3 people watching at when I first started doing it. I was like, fucking 3 people, that's crazy. 3 people are watching me talk about whatever. You know what I mean? And now I think last week my highest was 28. Today's 27, I think, watching at one time. So it's kind of it's like I don't know if it's a pat on the back because whether or not they're hate watching, but people are finally showing up and looking to see what what I'm all about. So welcome, Scott.
I'm hate watching, man.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I mean, we were talking about numbers and whatnot. I know people, it tells me the stats. Not a lot of people watch who are subscriber watching. So I have 155 subscribers, and my videos are getting 200 views, a video. So that's like over my subscribers. You look at, say, Jack. He's got about 1,500, and he's getting, half of his, he's maybe getting 500-600 views a video. So I don't know what that math means, but I can see growth. It's like a crescendo, starting real low and coming up bigger. But I guess if people keep showing up and wanting to hang out, get on panel and talk shit and talk about stuff, I'll keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah, to me, it means you're growing organically. It's not forced or artificial in any sort of way. It's just you're doing it right.
Don't let anybody guide you, man. Do your own thing. It seems like you have your own. I mean,
the name.
You have your own interesting fucking background, your own history, your family. So I see a lot of people faking it till they make it and kind of assuming they've already made it. And it's just, it really is befuddling to me that, you know, they're so, I guess, oblivious to what's real. So, you know, not wanting to point anybody in particular out, but man, it's fine to be the king of the trailer park, but we have a lot more to look at if you want to get to the masses.
Well, it's about being truth, man. It's about not starting, you know, a chaos on a lie, you know, or an assumption. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we think they're doing such and such. Fucking get them. You know, that's a bullshit type, you know, community. I mean, if the world's going to end and we all need to get along, I guarantee you that community is going to either take everybody over and kill everybody, or they're going to be snuffed out real quick. You know what I mean? If we're, you know, Walking Dead, it just, I don't see a community like that being able to expand other than basically being a dictatorship. You know what I mean? Not a lot of free thinking minds over there.
The other week when I told you I wanted to come across the state, not even come in the middle of the state and show up at court, I just wanted some people to pay attention to what was going on. I got the charges dropped. I knew pretty much what I was doing, but I want to start capturing what I've done, what I do, which is stand up to this shit. I don't go in there and when they tell me, oh, you're going to take this attorney because they don't want me to talk, I'll just go back in the next and say, oh, I haven't talked to that guy. Do you have any papers that say I actually have any agreement or relationship with them? Then let's keep talking. So I was just inviting you to do that. But, you know, honestly, you know, the reality is I came out ahead. I was going to, I'll share it another time, but read the letter I got today, which was funny that they couldn't move forward without creating an illegal scenario themselves.
Well, no, that's good news that you were able to handle your affairs. You did all your own. You didn't have an attorney.
No, I had a judge pissed off that I was bringing up, you know, different things. And, you know, the key is not to, in my opinion, okay, obviously, is not to disagree, not to create controversy and I had a unique situation where I was able to say that, you know, I agree to everything. I don't have anything that I don't agree with. I did everything you said. I just don't see a crime here.
What are you in hot water for, Scott? What are they got you pinned for or trying to pin you on?
Kicking in the door of my own house, but it was my mom's house that had been foreclosed on, and the bank had gotten a sale, but they hadn't gotten possession. But they broke
what
in.
are you charging? What are they charging you with? Like home
They
breaking
charged
in?
me with criminal mischief and then possession of cannabis and possession of drug equipment.
Damn, that's fucked.
It's all dropped. I got it all dropped.
Good for you, man.
Good. That's how it should be.
Well, it wasn't without going for months, every month, as they're trying to do free trial and trial and scare you into acquiescing. And at the end, I just basically said, okay, so I can sign here, pay $50, go home saying, yeah, I withheld adjudication on a bat, okay, or I can go take door number 2, which is go to trial for no crime because I agree everything you said is true. I kicked the door in. I had cannabis, but I had a license, and I kicked the door in, but I lived there. My car was in the garage. So I agree with
did
everything.
you take a lesser deal or was it drop?
Free deal?
I wouldn't take a plea. I was pushing them to trial, and they had to stop at trial. They were going to go to trial on Monday, this past Monday, but you know, they weren't going to do it now.
So you played ball with them until last moment, and they dropped it all.
I actually, Snafu, I said to him, I said, I've got a choice of paying you money, $50, and I don't have to go to trial next week, but I have a withhold adjudication.
Cut it. Can you be clear? Did you take a plea deal?
No, I'm telling you right now what I did. Okay. So I said, either I pay the money and I walk away and I have this hanging over me that I did have a charge, but it's withheld, or I come back next week and I go to trial and there's no crime, but you're going to put me on trial anyway. So I have to come back next week. But if I don't come back, Your Honor, then there will be a crime because I'll have a failure to appear. And he said, and I will send the police after you with a bench warrant. I said, fantastic. So it's extortion or it's under threat or duress. Thank you. And I started to walk out of the courtroom. He said, I will send a bench warrant out for you. And I said, okay, I understand. Thank you very much for your time, sir. I guess I'll see you next week. And I got out, got downstairs, walked out to my car, came back in, and the prosecutor caught me by the front where the cops are and the metal detectors. He said, hey, excuse me, I wanted to talk to you. I said, what? I said, I'm going back to talk to the judge about you and dropping this. I said, fucking great. Do you want me to go with you? And he said,
See, no, you played the game. That's what they'll do. They'll push you to I've seen them actually get the court date set, get everyone in the courtroom, and right before the judge comes out, they fucking pull everyone to chambers and cut a deal. I've seen so you just played the game then, obviously, and they realized
the judge assigned a public defender to get me to shut up, and then I came back the next time 2 weeks later and said,
they all play golf with each other. They all work every day with each other.
Let him get to the details. I'm trying to talk to him about the details.
I said I don't have a contract with this guy, and by the time we come to trial next week, I'll be bringing in a private attorney.
Did you pay any court fine, Scott, at all?
No.
I think Mitch is trying to say, did you cut a deal at all?
No,
Like,
I'm not worried about
I got the paper.
I moved past that. I'm trying to listen to him, man. Fuck.
No fines, no nothing. Withhold adjudication dropped. All charges dropped.
Or with prejudice?
No, without prejudice. No
Good.
No
Good
prosecution.
Good deal. So they just didn't have fucking shit on you.
They couldn't do it, but now this turns into civil rights violations because they pulled me out of my own house.
Yeah, you got to go back at it. You got to go back around.
That's what I was really getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
that's where the fun begins.
No, you're okay, Mitch. No, you know what? That's why they didn't want to take you to court, because if they took you to court and you won, which they realized they didn't have a shit of a case, then you would have even more ammunition
bigger
to counter
case,
to them
yes.
civilly. But so they're kind of just. I mean, you could still attempt to go at it, but they're gonna sit there and say, "Well, we know
what the in my opinion." I think that because the bank called the police, put me in jail and all that, I think the civil rights thing is going to go against the bank and potentially the sheriff, but I don't even want to go against the sheriff. I'm just going to say it was the bank and see if I leave the, and I'm going to let attorneys decide this.
Use the bank for a civil rights violation. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm going to get them for a false arrest.
The bank?
They're the ones that called the police. They're the ones that broke into the house. They're the ones that took possession of the house. They didn't have a right to do it.
The bank didn't arrest you.
There's
So the bank-
ones
the
that had
bank's
broken
faulty
into the house
information
and
is what
called the
happened?
police that I kicked in the door.
Right. Well, it's not
Probably
going.
don't have much on that.
Yeah, that's
That's just like
not the
somebody
civil
who was
rights
calling.
violation.
Oh, there's
That's-
someone over
that's-
here at the park smoking weed, and you can't sue the person that called. I don't.
I'm
think the
not
bank's
suing them
liable.
for violation of civil rights. I'm suing them for literally breaking and entering and for ruining my property.
So the actual banking personnel came to your property.
Before the day before I got arrested, I was here at my mom's house where she was sick and they're taking care of her. Okay. Then the neighbors called me the next morning and said, hey, the police were here yesterday. My husband told me, I didn't realize he didn't call you. And then he told me he didn't have your number, but they went in the house. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I go over there and they've changed the locks and taken the blinds out of all the fucking windows. I'm like, well, this is bullshit. So I went and got a U-Haul truck and I was just going to say, okay, well, you know, we've already lost this fight, but they don't have possession. So I'm not going to let them just steal my shit. So I kicked the fucking door in and started moving my shit to the U-Haul.
They changed the locks on the house.
The fucking bank pulls up, calls the sheriff and says that I've broken in. Now,
Well,
when
Scott, they
took
changed the
possession,
locks on the house, right? The bank at that time foreclosed on your house or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they owned it technically then.
Yeah.
If they were able to change the locks on your
What?
house, if they were able to change the locks on your house, which they gained them access to literally go into, you quote, you claim your house and change locks, the bank technically did own the house then, right? So you did kind of break into.
They had the transfer of the ownership, but not the deed or the title work done, and they didn't have a writ of possession from a judge, and they didn't have a notice to vacate for me, who at that point was a legitimate tenant.
I see. So they put. I see. Okay.
It makes sense.
So they crossed a lot of lines. Now, I've been in real estate, a professional in real estate for over 25 years. I've dealt with a lot of this situation, and they fucked up big time here.
That's your mother's house?
It was, yeah. The other one, the one I'm in here, is she passed away, but this was her other house. That house she should have never got. The bank is fucked up. This is a 79-year-old woman whose caregiver talks her into buying another house, moving off the golf course into a not a shitty neighborhood, a newer neighborhood, but a shittier house compared to this one. And says, "Oh, I'll pay the bills for you." The fucking girl never paid any of the bills. Her husband said he went to work as soon as I came in and got rid of him out of here. They filed bankruptcy and said they moved to Kentucky. They're still just about 5 miles away, but it was a real bad situation.
All right, we all got drama, man. Fuck. Come on. I mean, there's a lot of ambiguous details there. Like,
some of them are in the paper for you, Mitchell. You can look it up.
I don't want to. I don't care. Like, fuck.
No, I'm done talking about it. The only reason I brought it up
Are you gonna talk like 30 more minutes about how you're fucking a victim? I mean,
I'm not a victim, dude, at all. No, peace.
Good news,
No.
Scott. I'm glad to hear that you solved your shit. It's always good when you can get a fucking win.
yeah, I was trying to have a conversation with you, man. That's all. And you just fucking ramble on and on and on and on and on about shit, you know?
Yeah, you gotta find
Sorry.
a pause button, Scott. Like, I don't know if
What's
you can't
that?
hear other people. Can you hear anybody else talking?
No, I don't have that loud. So the
that's
problem
probably
is when
why.
I put the headphones on, it cuts out. Somebody said there was echoing. So
Yeah, because you were talking like you couldn't hear other people saying anything. Like you just kept going. You gotta
I'll
yield
pause a little. I'll try and pull
There you
this a
go.
little closer so I can hear better.
No, it's all good.
I didn't know there was
We're trying
selective
to
hearing.
understand what you're saying, and it's kind of hard when you're just not monotonally just going on and going on and going. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of thought it was selective hearing though, 'cause
right?
No, I'm hard of hearing to begin with. I've spent a lot of years in studios doing music.
What about you, Mitchell? What's up with you, buddy? Anything new?
Oh, nothing really. I don't have anything particular I need to talk about. I was interested in Scott's deal. I didn't mean to shut him up. It wasn't a conversation.
Yeah, no,
I'll tell you something that's pretty neat on this one, because I was representing myself. The plea deal that they handed me represented me as the defendant in all capital letters and as the attorney in lowercase.
Well, that's the corporate. You know that bullshit's going to be on there.
Well,
It doesn't-
yeah, but I mean, there's the duality right there in front of you.
Yeah, but you
And
didn't argue any of that, so I mean that wasn't going to help you. They unlawfully did something and they dropped the
Right.
charges. Thankfully,
Yeah, but for other people, I'm just saying that shows that there is that flip side of the ledger you're not looking at.
No, everyone's looking at it.
Yeah.
Anyone that's here, they know all about it. You know what I mean? They know what the fuck we're talking about. I mean, I can name a couple, like maybe Sophia, not so much, because she's more into the spiritual side of what she's looking here for. But I think there's probably other few names, but most people know about freedom's rights and the corporation stuff. That's why I hate seeing it being beat like a dead horse. I goes over on Sovereign Dave's, listening to him. And I think his kid came on and he started talking about rights and freedoms and like basic 101 rights and freedom stuff. I'm like, bro, do you think these people really don't know? If you're believing in flat earth stuff, your mind is open in a sense that you know about other shit, whether or not you believe it or not.
I'm glad you said that, Steve, because I also want to bring something that Scott said, and some of these panelists and YouTubers in this whole fucking game keep thinking, when he's like, "Oh, we got to reach the masses," da 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 da. You got to look, guys. You know what it's going to come down to? It's going to come down to cliques, militias, communities, groups, and gangs. Believe it or not, just like prison, it's gonna be we the peeps virtually. But so when we talk about building these communities, that's why I think you see others who that's why I say I respect those who say I don't care if it's one person or a million people I reach, but as long as it stands for real shit. Because think about it, Steve. The more masses you reach, you got these people reaching the masses. You got the pogos like Tucker Carlson's, the AJs, the even the bigger independent big. You know, at this point, what we're witnessing is the tribalism of community, so to speak. Communities building up, and it will be militias and gangs and communities and just regular people clicking up.
Yeah, I
So
think you hit
that-
the nail on the head there, Snafu. Because when this shit goes down, everyone thinks that, oh, we're all Americans and we the people. Well, we the people are gonna fucking lose their minds, and
Right, the
everyone's gonna be
population
scattering.
control, and that's what I'm saying. The populate, and that's what I believe. This whole 5G frequency thing, you know, mood swings, mood blah blah, the whole works. We're being baited in so easily, but I just want people to realize, because when Steve and these other people say, "Oh, we got to reach the masses," or even Jack Talcott, like I want to do, motherfuckers, we're on this wave, and I say you can't stop prophecy, but you can't stop the optics of just like realism. Venezuela happened, okay? China, Russia, Ukraine. All you Americans think that this can't happen? No, war makes money. Division makes money, and when you reconstruct the financial system and the beast system in place, so to speak, no, I think a lot of people are going to be in shock, and it really comes down to the tribalism of communities. Whether you're a community of people in neighborhoods clicking up, whether you're the Christian ones clicking up, whether you're the gangs, the Crips, the Bloods, you're going to see a lot of that, and then you're going to see a lot of independent militias. And
Well, look at what Sophia said. Sadly, it's they just divided us. It's a mess, and that's fucking true, man. Like even on these panels, they're fucking division because there's half the people are here because they support it, and the other half are here because they're hate watching. In real life, it's going to be the same way. It's like if you're not black, if you're not white, if you're not living in a certain area, you are going to be ousted, and we don't like you. Get away.
Right. And I tell people what's crazy about us is, to see a lynch mob or anything like that in other countries, nothing. Like some little Chinese guy bumps a scooter. Next thing you know, he's in tires, or at Africa, burning, right in front of police, right in front of everyone. Police don't want to get involved because they'll get killed themselves. It's just like Mexico, or, we have a very interesting system, but if something fails, and we're seeing the optics to that, the failure of, law enforcement infrastructures type thing. But if something fails, it will be just like prison. And you're right, race and all that stuff is huge. And again, the weak, I'm telling you, extortion, they will prey on the weak. They will prey. And any one of you guys on this panel, I think, know that deep down in your heart. That's what I'm saying. It's interesting to see, because I don't really feel this internet online panel thing is going to be too long. I mean, look what PlayStation 5 just did for their new GT. For all you like gamers out there, we know the digital patents developments are in play for facial recognition to even open up Google, your iPhone, and many other things in play. And they're getting ready for this reset source. Here soon, we believe it will be just like what's going on in PlayStation now. In order to play that new Grand Theft Auto game, you're going to have to do facial recognition because it's MA-17. So children, and that's going to be crazy because, all these kids are going to come up with ways to trick out the facial recognition so they could play this Grand Theft Auto game. But that's just data. That's data collection. They're going to fit, but they're that's what I'm saying. They're starting off the beta test now.
You don't realize, you don't get it, Snafu. I mean, if you're worried about, playing Grand Theft Auto, you're fucked.
No, what I'm trying to say is here soon with the reset, the patents are already there. They're saying in order to log on StreamYards, in order to log on even Google
if you're
itself.
worried about fucking playing YouTube, you're fucked.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say.
I think you're missing what he said, Mitchell. It's like having your phone in your pocket and talking about fucking leather reclining chairs, and then all of a sudden you open your phone and you got all these ads.
Man, I got a 15-year-old I got a 15-year-old tablet that will follow my eyes. I'm not missing it. I get it, but what I'm saying is they already got you, man.
Oh, I know that. I get that, Mitch. But how many people do not believe the way you believe, Mitch? Look at the discernment on these people.
The only way to stop you know, that is to disconnect, and people aren't willing
And
to
to
do
warn,
that. So now
and
what?
to warn them, to
So
warn
now
your
what?
brothers
Now we
and
got to learn how
sisters.
to manage that information, manage those agencies. You know, that's what you got to start thinking about instead of keep on repeating the same shit about how they're fucking
I personally
victimizing
don't
us.
think there's managing it,
About how
dude.
they're about how they're
I don't
victimizing
think.
us. It's a now what situation. It's like, all right, now what do we do? You know?
I don't think it's a managing situation. Okay,
Yeah,
for instance,
it
for
is.
instance,
You're in
how many people are
control of-
learning?
You're in control of the data that's being collected on you. The only way they're fucking getting it is you're letting them.
No, listen,
By
you walk out the
existing, you're
front
letting them.
door.
You
Snafu.
walk by a street light. You walk by a camera that has the new software for
Then
facial
move out of the
recognition.
city. Then move out of the city.
Well, no, I get what you're saying, Mitchell. I guess what I'm trying to warn the people is the beta tests are in play.
You're
They're
not
about
gonna
to be
stop
more. They're about to be
technology,
more
bro.
than
You're not
anyone's
gonna
ever
stop
thought of.
technology. You're not going to stop technology. A lot of people want the data
Test
collection.
1 2. Test
Like,
1
I mean,
2.
could you
Anybody hear me?
imagine in order to log on to Google, you
Yes,
have to
Kyle,
sit
we
there
can
and do
hear
a facial recognition, just like if you were to unlock your phone. You know, everyone's going to have to sign up for that or trick it out, you know, to be able to get on lines down the road. You know, that's what I'm trying to say is they're beta testing for implementing more of the control with the digital experience. And it's
Snafu,
happening.
you walk out the front door and you're caught in a day's time by over 200 cameras. And
Exactly.
the facial recognition that you're wondering if it's been going on. You've been on Facebook.
I
You've been
already
on
know
YouTube.
it's going on. I know. See, what's
they've
funny is
collected it left and right.
I fucked with these patent developers. I fucking around. I talked to Mike Strutton. You guys act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm telling you, it's been around and it's about to change to an extreme.
10 years ago,
To an
Snafu,
extreme, Scott.
America
America is not the fucking first class world anymore. War zones, fucking cultural fucking lynch mobbing type shit. War zone areas in America, even though it's still America. Again, we have been foreignly and domestically invaded more than most you understand.
Absolutely. And
This digital
they're
experience
continuing
is
it.
part
They've
of it.
stepped up the gas. And you got fucking Joe Biden who has
Well,
a
I can-
hapless fool.
I can
Is
tell you,
all of
if
them,
we got
dude,
rid
you
of
say
the
Joe
phones
Biden,
today,
Trump
I'd be
is just
fucking done.
involved. Trump and
right
Biden
now.
are the same motherfuckers. Vax your ass, dude. Dude, see, you're sitting here still focused on the one. Yes,
No,
they're different.
I
They're different
understand.
because one is like the pedograph optics, ritualistic, satanic optics.
Right.
The other one is more of the CEO business like type
The
optics.
military
The fact is
industrial
they're both
complex
elites
is
lying
running
to the
it.
people. They're
But they're
elites
both
lying to
working.
the people.
They're working for the military
Yeah, you
industrial
definitely know what you're
complex.
talking about. I'm sorry, Chuck. I didn't mean to talk with you. I just
They're
want
working.
go ahead.
They're working for the military industrial complex, which is the deep state, which is pretty much running this and has been for many, many years. Okay. We've abandoned pretty much all posts of government. We all know that. It's
Right.
what we're
And what I'm
under
trying to say is
martial
here in America, it's about to change on a radical way, and including just how we log on to internet and things like that. So it's not about the video games, Mitch, or if I'm worried about. I'm just saying, warning people if they're
you
doing
missed
this
my
stuff with
point. You
PlayStation and
missed my
stuff.
point, Snafu.
Just
I'm
wait
not
until you
saying-
turn on your
Hold
computer.
on. Let me clarify. Let me hop in here for just a second, man, and clarify. You missed my point because I'm not at all saying you don't know what you're talking about. I think you do, and I think you're just too deep in it, is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, if you're worried about connecting to fucking the internet for YouTube or your video games or what the fuck ever, your groceries or anything, then you're fucked. They got you. If that's what you're worried about, if you can't walk away from that shit, you're fucked.
Agreed. And people like you, Mitch, are going to be better survivalists. People like you will be better.
I'd be happy to
because
throw my
you
phone in the
can't-
ocean
you don't
right
have,
now.
You don't have the
Fucking
tie
A.
downs, Mitch.
It's
you
called
don't
an
have the tie downs
electronic
with
dog
family.
leash.
You got to be willing to walk away. That's all. You can't be attached to this shit.
Agreed.
You can use it, but don't let it fucking use you. You just realize they're collecting your data. Don't fucking freak out about it. What the fuck you scared about? You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking mind. Fucking collect my data. Fucking watch me
Yeah,
jerk off.
right.
I don't
The
fucking
data's
No.
the data's not going to mean shit when they fucking cut down the internet. Now they're going to be able to do shit. No one's going to be able to communicate.
Well,
anymore.
it's not that I'm afraid of it. It's to be a fisherman. It's to warn the people because, again, there's people, as I'm not trying to be mean, Sophia or people like that whose discernment, like they just don't even understand how deep or how real this is. And again, it is so deep, Mitch, that we've uncovered some of the stuff where it's
No,
actual
I
threats,
know,
you know,
man.
like,
That's what I'm saying is like, man, I get you're trying to do it for the people, but man, like you got to find balance. You know what I'm saying is like,
right. And here soon, I don't think I'll have to worry, like, because like you said, it's going to be having to depend on, can you detach? Or are you going to be part of that? Like, you know, because people like you, Mitch, like you're already ahead of the game. You know, you're ahead of the game. People who have children, I fear for those people. I do. I fear for people who have families because they're going to be
with children, and I'm not scared. I'm fucking ashamed
No.
of myself.
I'm talking about when it comes down to feeding your children. Take it like you know, when you have to make that choice.
Man, that's the shit you got to be talking about, man. Everyone knows they're collecting our data, man.
No, I'm talking about like when it's sellout time, like so to speak, like CCP time or whatever. Like, you know, do I stand up for my rights, freedoms, and what I believe, my morals and values, my whole life, or do I feed my children and become part of that system and the new ways, the new world order, so to speak? Again,
why do you think we're selling out?
What's going on?
Why do you think we're selling out to China?
What, dude? The CC? Are you fucking joking, Scott? Are you fucking?
What?
See, that's when I talk about discernment.
How much
These
do we
motherfuckers
own?
don't even know how to.
How
China
much do we
owns
own?
us, motherfucker.
How much?
China owns us. Do you know how
Do
many
they?
fucking?
You're wrong.
You
You're
know how
wrong.
much fucking sleeper cells and fucking things are in the United States? Military
Here's your
equipment.
problem. You identify as the United States. This you got.
Well, again, I get it because again, I get the whole.
National extremism.
It's hard because I'm in the military background as well, like Steve, with the ROTC and scam on veterans and things like that.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm just wondering how much more worse can it get? I mean, they're getting our voice. Now they got our video because they got our face. They can activate the cameras on our phones, our computers anytime that they want. Like, what are they going to be able to do with all that bullshit?
Snafu, you were talking about the military 5G. Would you not believe that they can weaponize that, or do you believe that?
Have you seen my video?
No,
Maybe
I
you
haven't.
should
I've
play it
watched
for
any of
these
your
people.
shit.
Steve,
Okay,
maybe you should
well,
play
I
my
know
DW
that
for
they
these
were
people.
weaponizing millimeter technology back in the early 90s and before that.
I guarantee you haven't seen my video on DEWs then. Of course.
No,
and that's
I
what they're
haven't.
doing. Yeah, you should watch
I
it.
just want you to realize, man, you are a belligerent combatant, enemy of the state.
I understand, Mitch.
You know what I'm saying? So if you identify as them and then you talk all this shit, you know, that you're, in their eyes, you're a complainer, which means that you're belligerent. You know, and you know this shit better than I
This
do
is
because
for
I wasn't in the
entertainment
military.
purposes.
But you know, you can't get away with that shit in the military,
Prince
and
of
that's
Air
what
video.
we're in. That's what the United States is going to. They're going to enforce the martial law that's been in place for a long time, and
it's the Prince of Air video.
And they're going to
Steve.
get away with it for the people that don't make the distinction. That if you keep identifying as that, then you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit we got to talk about, man.
Well, right here, Steve's about to play it. You asked me if they think they're weaponized. Check this out.
I know they're weaponized, man. They're fucking using
I do too.
weapons,
Life
fucking
is
blowing up cities.
full of deceiving illusions. The truth, yo, is how you decipher, and discern for your own. But remember, the elites, the subliminal messaging, the illusion. There's nothing new under the sun. And what we are witnessing today in the world is the peace system agendas being put in play. The optics are high, and that's the truth, yo.
3, 2, 1.
49 minutes, bro?
No.
Fast forward it through this to the very beginning if you want to.
Give us the first
This is the
five,
intro.
the
The
best
very
5
beginning
minutes.
from the big get-go.
Dude.
I mean, I want to play it, but like, is there a good partner? Because that's
Yeah, it's the very beginning. That's the very start of the video. You don't have to
Yeah.
play the whole video.
okay. So that's it. It's done. Or
No, not
Play the-
that part. Like the actual video. That's the intro. But either way, just watch it. Share it in the thing. Steve, Scott, go watch
Yeah.
it.
I'll
Go
check it
watch
out.
it, Scott.
hold on, let's
I'm
put
not
it out
into it
there.
right now.
Is that under Snafu Snaps 8?
Yeah, it's it's the DW video, the 5G video, Prince of Air. This is a Prince of Air, and that's why the nano dust, the nanoparticulates, the foods that we're eating, the Bill Gates mosquitoes released, the hypodermic needles flying around. Again, yes, the 5G
If you
is
ain't worried
weaponized.
about what I just told you, though, you're just a disclosure agent. You know what I'm saying? You got if then you're somehow protected by them because what you're doing is absolutely wrong, man.
Yeah,
You're
they
gonna
don't
get
want to
killed.
hear that.
People?
It's gonna get you killed, man. You
Well,
wouldn't
yes.
talk. You wouldn't talk to
I
them.
no, you're
the way
right. I
talking
think
to us about
again,
them.
I tell people all the time, I'm not suicidal. If something happens to me, and the closest ones to me, I believe in standing up for what's right. Mitch, you're
well,
right.
Look,
I-
look,
it's
I'm gonna be
dangerous.
honest, man. If you got killed, I'm not gonna like fucking go on some fucking protest about it or anything because you
Right.
asked for it.
Again, there's only very few people in the foxholes nowadays who stand up truly. I'm
And
not saying you guys don't.
It's not that. There's plenty of people standing up for what's true and right without fighting them, without opposing the system, without being belligerent enemy combatants, enemies of the state. You know, you don't want to
When
be
you
in.
say them, when you say them, I think it's just a fucking consortium of a bunch of idiots, just us, the masses who've gone to work and
Whatever,
who
they
aren't
got
willing
really
to give
good
up their
fucking weapons.
paycheck.
They got better weapons than you.
Oh, sure. Well, no, I understand, but I mean, at any time when you say it's a them, this place is so
Well,
compartmentalized. This country.
I can define them. You know, it's. I'm just
Elite.
showing you for the sake of conversation. You want me to rattle off? It's pretty much fucking everybody, and I include all the fucking willing idiots that aren't willing to fucking.
That part I agree with 100%, Mitchell. That now you're speaking where I'm coming from. We're all making the same mistake, and even the elites get together and go, "What the fuck are these people doing to this country?" I mean, seriously, people that you would think, "Oh man, they know they're in the know. They haven't." Fuck no, they're not.
I
There's
tell
a
you what.
fucking-
Let me tell you, Scott. When I'm in real life, to me, this isn't real life. This is like internet life. You know, we're all smart here. We all kind of know the same shit. We're all researching and talking about the same stuff. But when like Mitchell's out there and you're out there and I'm out there, we're all out there talking to fucking strangers, and they also are carrying the same knowledge we have. It's fucking pretty amazing. There's more people out there that are awake than we really believe. I think there's a lot more people who are more naive on the internet than anything else. You know
That's
what I mean?
a fair point. Yeah.
It's a survival of the fittest. You know, I think people are, more being aware that the government is literally blatantly lying to our faces all over the media, all over the news, everything you see and hear. You can't fucking believe shit. You know what I mean? And people are tired of it. And so now their minds are starting to open a little bit, especially with the COVID bullshit and the vaccine, all that stuff. Everybody started opening their fucking eyes.
It's the great American experiment. Keyword experiment. Just like the Japanese human testing. Remember back in the day? Go do your research. Just like Paperclip, Operation Paperclip, how our medical system even pretty much exists. It's a great American experiment, and people are waking up to the deceptions. That's absolutely right, Steve.
Well, I like people being woken up and not only just be woken up, but are preparing their mind for the future. You know what I mean? Like everything in my mind just got flipped upside down. Do I panic? Do I just act like I didn't know and just go along like I always did? Or do I start preparing?
Well, that's what I'm trying to point out is Snafu likes to gloss over the fucking solution to all of this and continue to sensationalize the problem. And that's my only beef with you, Snafu. I like you.
No, I respect you, Mitchell, because you're going to be ahead of the game. I do what I do because, one, we're aligned with different affiliates who are standing up for truths, freedoms, rights. And again, it's dangerous, Mitch. I respect you for even understanding how dangerous it is.
There's a way to do it without being dangerous. That's what I'm trying to get through to you, man. You don't have to
Mm.
be dangerous. It's not like you're going to go down as some fucking, hero in the end in history. You're honestly going to go down as some idiot because you didn't fight it the right way. You didn't.
Once you're over, you're
you
over,
didn't
dude.
resolve the problems. You just fucking bitched about them. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. In the most simplest terms, man. With all due respect, I really
But
have
do
a
you,
lot
do
of
you think
respect for
most
you.
people have the understanding you or I or most of us have? I mean, Scott here just proved it.
no,
Scott, no offense to you, Scott. You just said, "What does China have to do with it?" Are you fucking joking?
No,
Well, no. I
Like,
think
that's
you.
the
I think you should
discernment
pay
of these
attention to
people.
why I
It's
asked that.
incredibly.
Tell me why you think China's in control.
Dude, you need to go do your research, dude.
Oh no! I want you to
don't-
tell me
think,
what
you don't
research
think
you've
China,
done that
you don't
leads
think
you
the
to think that.
CCP, you don't think the CCP opening up CCP police stations on mainland soil?
China owns a lot of American or United States debt.
They own a lot of dirt. They own a lot
Why
of
do you
dirt.
think
But
Trump's
listen,
children
how
Yeah,
come
but they don't have a better military, so it really doesn't matter. It's kind of like at the end of the
And
world.
they don't have.
You can stock up on all your
Right.
gold and canned food. I've got
They'll
weapons
fuck
and ammo.
themselves to do
I'm going to
this.
take all of your stuff because I'm more powerful than you. And that's kind of what we're going to do to China. China can suck our fucking dick.
No,
I agree,
I
Steve.
don't identify with the United States military. That's stupid.
And that has
First
nothing,
off,
it has nothing to do with the military. It happens to do
Yeah,
that
it does. That's
we
what
have
you
the
just
power.
said. You
Ladies
just compared
and
our
gentlemen,
military
it doesn't
and
matter
we
because
have
the
the
sleeper
power.
cells in
military.
America, and once the infrastructure
You
gets fucked
identify
with,
with our
it
military. That's
changes
gonna
for
destroy theirs.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what our
You're part
government's
of the
going to do.
problem.
Not at all. You're looking at it the wrong way, Mitchell. That's what our government will do. That's why they have a military.
It's
to
not
front
our
it.
government. That's
You
not
can't.
my
It's
government.
it's
not
not your
our
government, but it's the government that controls us.
No, they don't control me.
Well, they control me. I'm controlled.
That's your fault. I don't feel
That's-
bad for you.
It may be a fault. And I'm
It's
not
a
looking
rep.
for sympathy, but it's the fact of the
The
matter. is-
solutions are out there, man. The solutions
yeah,
are
but
out
what do you think China's going to do? You think we're going to pay them? Pay them?
there. Who are we?
The American government.
The
Are they going
American
to
government
pay
is not the
China
United
with
States
American tax
government.
dollars? The
The
United
American
States.
Listen,
of
the
America.
government is not the
Clearfield.
United States government.
Are they
That's
going to
Steve.
take the
fraud. It's
taxpayers'
bullshit.
money? Are they going to send all the taxpayers' money to China? You think they're going to really do that, or they're going to
No,
say no?
I'm
We're just
not
not going to pay.
talking about that.
What are we talking
You're
about?
missing my point, and you're showing your cognitive dissonance because I'm not even talking about that.
What are you talking about then?
I'm saying that the whole thing that you have to do if you want resolved in these problems is you have to separate yourself from this and stop identifying yourself with it. You keep saying we.
That's
And when you say we and you don't make the distinction between the American government and the United States government, that's the solution. You know, you're just feeding the corruption, you're ignoring the corruption, and that ignorance is no excuse. And that means you're just feeding the problem from my
Well,
perspective.
I think your discernment on that, my friend, is completely wrong because we, as people, as we, us, everyone, all of us.
No,
This-
I
this
don't identify
country-
with everyone. It's not a where we go one, we go all situation. It's not one for all for one. You know,
So
that's fucking
you're Mitchell singular. You're with no one. You're just on
no.
your-
That's not what it's about. It's really about nations, which are tribes, which
And
are
then-
your families.
the nation we're in, correct?
No, I just defined it for you.
Hey, Steve, can I ask a question real quick? Mitchell, are you a United States citizen?
No.
Okay.
I'm not
Do you
a
have,
citizen
hold on. Do you have a United States citizen?
If you want to word it like that, that's Paul's way of wording it. I don't have it. No, it's not mine. It was
Do you
created
have
for
you
my
have,
benefit.
yes,
It was-
yes.
Let me answer your question. It was a trust created for my benefit, and so that's
Okay. So did you take control of it on your 18th
no.
birthday?
You can't control it. I
How?
can't
Who
scam
said the
people.
fuck you can't? Who said you can't?
I did because of maxims.
Oh,
of law.
okay.
He
So
who
you
created-
said.
Let me answer
Okay,
the
what
question.
is the
Let me
IRS? Hold
answer
on.
the question. Let me answer the question before you move on. He who creates controls.
Okay.
Did you create the trust? Did you
Who-
create this fictitious fucking identity
Who has
or whatever?
no,
entity?
it's not mine. No, it doesn't belong to me. Nothing in it belongs to me. Everything is
all
for
right,
my
it's not
benefit.
yours.
I'm the
It was created for your
benefactor.
benefit. I don't
The
have it.
benefactor.
I don't have
Okay.
it. It's
But
not
how
mine.
do you take control of the
I
securities
don't.
that
I
are in
can't
it?
control it. He who creates
You
control.
guys, when I said that it would cause militias, gangs, cliques, or groups, this is exactly
Are
it.
you
See,
hold on.
Mitch is in his way. You're in your way.
I want to
You're
ask him
in
a
his
question. Are
way.
you familiar
I'm
with
in my-
not
again,
my
this
way.
is what the
This is my
optics of
way.
what's about to
This is
occur.
all memorialized in law. If you guys want the details, we can go over every single
Let's
meticulous
just let me
detail.
ask
The
a couple.
argument is not what you believe in the corporation, what they made you were, your QSIP number and your social
I'm
security
not
number and
talking
your birth
about any of
certificate.
that.
That's what
I'm
Scott's
not.
trying to talk about. And
I'm asking if
we all
anybody knows
understand that.
about the Form 56. If you've taken
No,
control,
no, I don't play their games.
It's
You're
all
trying to
paperwork.
trick
It's all
Dave
hearsay.
Shaw.
I don't know anyone that's ever been able to somehow remove themselves and unslave themselves. I've never seen proof of someone doing that other than saying that they did that. So if it's
No,
possible,
it's kind of like
great.
people who say they're off grid. They're not really truly off grid
Yeah.
nowadays in the technology world we live in. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, oh, I'm an off. Yes, you may be way more off gridder than others or more protect. You're not really off grid. You know, we are in a system for a reason. B system, Prince of Air, B system. But fact is I see where Scott was trying. Scott was trying to say maybe not, but you're trying to trick Mitchell up to say he's part of the system, right?
Right.
I'm
That's
not
what I
trying to
think you're
trick
trying to do.
anybody, but I'm saying that by default, if you're born into it and they say you've got a birth certificate, then they've created a security with which you're listed as the surety behind the security.
No shit.
Not
We know
you.
this.
Now, hold on, hold on. Can I fucking finish, please? Can I just finish?
Fuck, man. I just let's have a
Okay, let me
conversation about it.
goddamn let you talk.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Let's just have a conversation about it. Let me clarify. You put out
If
some
I could
details.
fucking get a
Let me
thought
ask
out,
you-
I could clarify what I was saying. You haven't let me do that from the motherfucking Jump Street.
Let me just
optics
clarify
are high.
the
The
details
optics
that
are
you
high.
just put on the table.
Oh boy, hold
Just
on.
repeat
Scott.
yourself. Let's start
Go ahead.
over.
Go ahead.
Start one
Mitchell,
bit
go
at a
ahead.
time.
I pull
Don't
him
go
to
and
the back
ramble
so
on.
you can say your thing, Mitchell. I pull him back. Go ahead.
Well, I don't even remember that. This is our
Yeah, I
problem.
know, right? You get to yelling, you don't know what your point is, and then it's just this yelling fight of explain to me.
Yeah,
So
I want to have an intellectual conversation and talk about the actual details. So
Please
it's not this
don't
big
derail me
convoluted
then.
shouting match,
Please
pissing match,
don't derail me then.
you know. And so
This
I'm
is
not
the
trying to
optics,
derail
though.
you. I'm trying to bring clarity to the situation. So can you repeat the first part of your statement and let me engage with you in conversation?
Well, I'm not going to try and draw you into the conversation. I'm just going to tell you what I was talking about.
Well,
Okay,
I'm not going to let you talk at me. If you want to talk to me, you're welcome to, but I'm not going to let you talk at me.
Well,
maybe
it
try to
seems
come a
like
little
you
more
guys-
direct, Scott. Come a little
It
more
seems-
direct. Like you go around the fucking bend. Like just fucking cut it in a little
IRS,
twist.
IRS publication 1212 talks about us all in the 1099 OID process, which you can look into Gene
Oh my
Key.
God, you're acting like wizard. Sorry.
No, you fucking
Sorry.
you can do whatever you want. That's
Scott,
awesome.
Scott, can I add something in?
Yeah, go ahead.
So us all, and so what you're identifying as the trust, and that's the problem.
No, I don't. I have nothing to do. I'm not the trust.
Well,
this is fuck. I'm a
in your
man.
language. If you go back and listen to your language, and break it down.
Bullshit.
If you break down your language, I just recited it for you. All right. So if you break down your language, you just identified as the trust.
Nope.
If you want to repeat it, I'll happy to stop
No,
you.
I believe that you assume that, but you're not going to convince me that just because you think that's the case, you can't fucking pin it on me and say, "Oh, you tricked me because I said the wrong
Right.
word." Go fuck
So,
yourself. The trust of the
when you
benefactor.
do these negotiable instruments like a 1099 OID, are you doing it as yourself?
Who is yourself?
You.
You're the agent. You're the agent for.
No, I'm
okay?
not.
But see,
Then you
that's the
haven't
whole
set it up,
optics
so you
here.
don't have to do it. You need to set up
both you
trust.
guys have different.
You called it out, Snafu. That's exactly what a judge would do if you're trying to pull like a soft sit argument. That's not it.
I'm not
fucking
talking
playing
to a
that
judge.
game.
This is the
He's
private
talking
side.
in
That's
circles, man.
public.
You won't talk
That's
the
public.
details
You
for
don't
a
talk
reason.
this stuff.
Just like when you
You
were
don't
rambling
put
on
this in
about your
front of a
family
judge.
problems.
Are you kidding me?
Because you want to fucking ramble on like you got it all fucking figured out and like you're fucking some oppressed, repressed, depressed fucking victim. And
No, I haven't got it all figured out. I'm telling you what I do have figured out, and you don't want to listen, so I'm not going to carry on.
I'm telling you in your language, objectively, you just identified as the trust. I don't know what you did with your paperwork.
How do
That's
you
why
say that? How do you say I identified as the trust? The trust is the trust. I'm a man. Trust is a fucking piece of paper. Do you not understand? It has a couple seals on it, has a couple signatures on it, and it identifies property with which the trust holds.
So are you an agent?
Oh, fuck me.
Jesus Christ. This is fucking hilarious, guys. You
It
guys are
is.
great.
No,
It
but
is.
this is
That's a
perfect.
great
This
skit.
shows you.
I'm just
that
trying to tell you, I've done a lot of
capitalism and
studies.
I don't need to
division,
fight
and
with
because
you. I don't
people
need
are
to be
going
right.
to have
I
their
don't care if you're
values
wrong,
and their
man.
beliefs.
If you want to be wrong, the actual details are out there, man. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm not here to prove you wrong. Like, I don't care. I'm not here to be better than you, be smarter than you. It doesn't matter to me.
You're
What
here
I'm
to
saying
challenge
is
me,
I
and
have
that's
experience.
fine.
I have experience with this shit too. And the fact that we can't have effective communication is the problem.
You guys just got to be able to listen. I think Scott's problem is he doesn't shut the fuck up. He talks too
Right.
fucking. He doesn't listen.
Well, and Scott, I do got to say, no offense, like really, your research, your knowledge on certain things, like you went straight to the court systems, you went straight to kind of like what Wizard does, you know, blah blah.
You fucking get lost.
I went to the IRS. I didn't go to the court system is completely different than the IRS. And if you're going to deal with the court system and you use an IRS forms, I know what you need to do there, but that's fucking completely different than what I did. And when you do that, you're challenging them. You will end up finding yourself an enemy combatant. And if you're not careful, a hostile enemy combatant, then
When
they'll
you do
fucking put
what
you on
you're
the ground.
challenging them. When you do what
What's-
you're challenging.
If you
You're just
go
giving
in
them
there
money.
and start talking about Article 3, if you start talking about fucking the 1099 OID process, put a fucking 3949A in front of a judge.
Doing a
Which
1099 OID doesn't make you an enemy combatant.
go in there and ask them for the fucking W-9 and you're
It's
okay to do
objective.
that. They're supposed to fucking give you the W-9. That's so you can do your taxes and there's nothing they can say about that.
WABEN. That's the way to go.
That's when you're
But
filing as
you're
an
basically
employee.
just saying calling
That's
these
not in
fucktards
court.
on their fucking shortcuts.
Yes,
they get mad.
yes. And
That's
do,
like an
no,
audit,
let
dude.
the IRS
I mean,
do it.
everyone
The
knows
IRS
that.
audited everybody.
Yeah.
Scott, you're basically
Exactly.
just
The
saying.
IRS is your friend if you know how to use them. They're the treasury. They're the
Exactly.
greatest
That's
fucking-
it. There you go.
They're the
That's
greatest
all I'm trying to
they're
fucking
the
point
greatest
out.
fucking bill collectors out there, man.
Bingo. All I'm trying to tell you. And that's how you threaten
Yeah,
these
but
motherfuckers.
now you gotta
Show them the liability forms and they start fucking getting their buttholes hurting because they know if they bring a charge,
We're
they got to
doomed.
pay it.
We're so fucking doomed, Steve. You've been to other countries. You already just look at what's happening. We are doomed.
Well, a lot of
And
people are worried about things that they, I'm sure
Can't
it means
control.
a lot to them, but it's like, exactly, you're fucking control. But if you freaking literally just wasting energy on something that's not fucking moving you and your purpose forward, then I don't get wrapped around the axle, man. I
But
really
let me
don't.
make this. Let me make this a valid point, especially since you've been in the military. If something happens in the mainland, to where this tribalism will happen, but more real life standards, protecting family, food, water, shelter, and we already see the like craziness of disagreements of and the agendas will still be put in play in real lifetime. And America is Hollywooded up, America is gadded up, and its population control is huge. This whole
America
thing,
isn't.
like
The
I see where
United
this is
States
going,
is.
and
The
again,
United
it is going to be
States
worse
are.
than
America is
most other
different than the
countries.
United States. Please
The
make
fall
the
of Babylon is real.
Please
Do
make the
you
distinction
really-
between
I-
America and the United States. Please. It's simple. It's simple.
10 miles square, Washington, D.C. It's not
That-
even on the Google map anymore.
Right. Please make
So-
the
so is
distinction
this
between
America?
America and the
Well,
United
you're right.
Do you live in
Incorporate
America?
the incorporation.
I do. I
Incorporate.
live
Yes.
on America.
Okay.
I don't
Yes.
live in the United States.
Hey,
I
hey,
know what you're
to
about.
say it
Mitchell.
correctly,
That's why it's funny seeing Scott, and you go at it. Because again, this is what's going to happen on the streets. Mitchell ain't going to want to hang around motherfuckers like Scott, for food, water protection, that. Scott's not going to trust Mitchell type people. This shit's going to get rough, and then the real gangsters, the real militias, the real people are going to come forward. And again, the weak will get preyed on, and it will happen in the mainland, just like it happens in Africa, China, Russia, Ukraine, everywhere around the world. America has no clue what could happen in the mainland, and we're getting very close to that situation.
But reality is only the strong survive. So if you're strong-minded, you're strong-willed. I look at Mitchell. He's out on his own already. He doesn't need fucking nobody. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's always somebody who needs somebody for something. Like Mitchell doesn't need nobody for fucking. Snafu, I think you don't need anybody for fucking nothing. I sure as fuck don't need anybody for
No.
anything. Scott, do you need anybody for anything? You gonna be able to take care of yourself when the government shuts
I
down?
can't blow
You can't get
myself, dude. I can't blow myself. That's the one thing I do need to. I need a
you're gonna
bitch
go
for.
out
Well, you know what we need? We do need something, Steve. We need compadres who stand up for the truth, the truth, for standing up for what's real. Like I said, even if we don't agree on many things, real recognizes real in the end. Humbleness and genuineness is a huge factor in the world we live in, and just the optics of what we're witnessing with us and other people. That's why I said, even if we don't agree, it's the times where we could realize like who's humble, who's not, real recognize real versus the man. Because this is just optics to what's about to go down, in my opinion, on the mainland. And many people
but
will be shocked.
If all you talk about are the problems and you refuse to talk about the solutions and you continuously gloss over the language,
Well, how
that
can you
ties
make
up in-
solutions with
that
someone like
ties you up
Scott,
in
who's
that-
opposite?
That tells me you're a disclosure agent, or you don't give a fuck
Mitchell.
about what's true and right.
Mitchell, let me ask you this, Mitchell. Then let me put the optics out there. How can you, who has a complete different value system and morals and beliefs versus Scott, which is obvious, how could
I
you
don't think
two
they're different. I don't think they're
coexist?
completely
Well,
different.
when I know why you don't, and I'm on Mitchell's side as far as like the belief standards, morals, and the way he lives and understanding. Versus, and no offense to you, Scott. I'm just saying I think you're a little more into the system. You're more compliant. You're more,
You're
about.
so fucking out of your mind. You're
I know
stupid.
versus you
That's
and Mitchell,
nuts.
I see it. The optics show me about it.
That I'm
So
compliant?
what I'm trying to say to Mitchell is there's certain people in real life, like at least you two could be humble and still come on Pound Talk and cordially, but then as hated as it gets here, imagine real life when it comes to food. Well, I'm not trying to scare or fear. I'm just saying this division thing is optics that people should look at and learn, because it is
Standing
gonna
up
be
to the
impactful.
cops is a normal thing for me. Standing up to a judge was out of necessity, but in reality, not many people do what I do. I do not fear
What do
these
you
fuckers.
do, Scott?
Did you
I
actually
just-
face the judge, Scott?
Over and over again, fucking several times over. I'd love to get the fucking tape for this. I'm
So
gonna
how
go
much
get
was court
Koya on it.
filing and fees, and how much did you pay into the system? And
Not a
If
dime.
you really got
Not
this
a
shit
dime.
figured out, Scott, you wouldn't
Not a
have been
dime.
foreclosed on, man. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, this was, oh my God. Dude,
If
okay.
you understand this paperwork, man, that's what I'm telling you.
Mitchell, I've been learning all along the hard way as I'm getting my ass kicked.
That's fair. That's fair. I yield. My bad. I jumped to presumptions.
and that is true, because he said he played the game with them, because they'll use every tactic to try and get you to take a plea deal
They
right away.
throw me in
And
the
so,
hole. They
they're good
threaten
at
me.
that. What they did. So for him to even just say he wrote it out all the way to the end, I give you Scott props on that, Scott, for at least not biting into the shit they were feeding you.
It's a learning
Dude.
process. That's what I'm saying. We can save a lot of people a lot of suffering if we can just communicate effectively, especially in this environment that Steve's providing us, where, I know he has some interest in these things, but then he realized that it often leads you down a trail of bullshit. And that I don't want to take it down that trail, man. I want to just talk about the things that are objectively true. It's not my opinion. It's not my word versus anyone else's, Like if we have an opinion or whatever, let's fucking cite our sources and start pulling up the fucking,
The law is readily available online.
I'm sorry, Flo.
The law is easily
Yeah.
accessed online, so there shouldn't be a lot of confusion over this sort of thing.
That's if you believe everything is written and it is verbatim how you
Scott.
believe you're interpreting it.
Scott, there's a difference between law and ethics. One is
There's
a
a-
philosophy, one are the rules of society. When you confuse the two, you fuck yourself.
Right.
Would you believe that I had the water department wanting to turn off my water? Okay, so I took my car, took the tag off it, parked it over the water meter in the fucking between the sidewalk and the street. So the median, the city property kind of or county property.
Yeah, Scott, we remember because you showed the video. You're kind of doing a Paul
So
here.
I sat there.
Back in the
I
day,
sat
fucking
there.
got pulled
No,
over. Back in the
that's
day,
what
I
I'm
fucking
telling
had the
you.
You talked about this. You always bring up the same stories, just like
I
Paul
haven't heard
does.
it, Snafu.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I've heard it multiple times from him. He's showed the video multiple times. He claimed to have
One
it.
time. I've only shown it once.
It's
Put
just,
it back
what
private.
have you done recently, dude? That was 20 years ago, or how long?
On Monday, I was supposed to be on trial, and I didn't show the fuck up because they dropped the charges the week before. You fucking moron!
Right, there you go. There you go.
For breaking
And
into
I
your own
represented
house.
myself, stuck to it, and fucking said, "You're not."
EBT,
For
Mr.
breaking into
EBT
your
says
own
he's
house.
looked up your court records before, so you have a history with the courts.
That is progress, man.
Mr. Scott, Mr. EBT says he's looked up your court records, which I'm going to do now. I'm looking you up right now. Is there anything we should be concerned about? Your court records?
Yes, yes.
What's that?
That was quick.
You don't look happy that I'm looking up your court records right now. And
What do I
EBT
have
brought
to do with it? What do I have to do with it?
Well, you're talking about courts and stand up to a judge. It's all just like Mr. Flo said. The laws out there are readily available, so are public records.
So
So
is
I
that
think
really necessary to
Dude.
worry about what his public
Yeah.
records are?
Go deep into
Sure.
it. Do whatever you want. Go reading it all you want, but fucking
And-
don't do anything wrong. I wouldn't do it. Do you?
no. I'm asking you if there's anything like because
You
you're all about
realize
the law.
something about doxing, Snafu. It's your intent that really matters, man. It's
I
public.
want to
or
see what he's
private.
about.
It's public
My
or
intent is
private.
to see
Go,
what he's about.
go right ahead. I'm not worried about it. My
Right.
biggest thing is you shouldn't do a
Stop threatening
motherfucking
people with
thing.
public records, dude. It's weak.
Well, to see what he's
public
about, to see
records
someone on the
are
public.
often-
I'm right here talking to you. You got a question? Ask me a motherfucking question.
No,
Are
no,
you
this is where
goddamn
I find
man
it
or
funny
you
because
some kind of
whistleblowers and
sissy
journalists
bitch?
get a rap about
God.
this. You guys are publicly on a platform, so for me to
And
say,
I'm
yeah,
talking to you. Ask a
motherfucker's
goddamn
public records for protection, for against many things, optics. Well, you guys make it like it's a bad thing to want to
Yeah.
say this motherfucker's on a public
when
platform.
anonymous people are
There's
running around the
pogos.
internet using
There's-
public records as some fucking weapon.
I'm not using it against him.
Doxing.
I just told him
know,
I
I'm talking
asked
Why,
him.
why is Scott always combative? Like, how come he never gets along with a panel? I always see him arguing at one point in time. Why are we always arguing with Scott? What's up with that? You guys just not like him, or?
I don't mind Scott. He's a terrible communicator. He wants to talk at people and not.
I agree.
I
Well,
kind
I'm
of
trying to make him better, right? Like, try
I
to have him conversate more instead of just like.
And I think
He
he's
also-
willing to take criticism. He just has a big fucking head.
I also
I'm
think
telling
he
the
goes
truth,
in the
and you're
past a
you're
lot.
canceling out the truth, which is kind of disturbing because I'm sitting here going, "No, this is my experience. This is authentic. This is real. And if you don't believe it, well, what the fuck am I supposed to tell you? You want to lie?
No,
Well, I wouldn't do that. That's not where I come
I
from."
think you're on the path, man. I think you are trying to figure it out.
Well, we do learn from our lessons, like you said earlier. We
Dude,
learn.
I've had my ass handed to me repeatedly in this fucking process. Trust me. You'll find out. Go read into it.
Hey, Scott. Steve asked a good question. Why do you always argue? I know my reasons. I kind of agree with Mitch, but why do you think everyone has issues when you come on and argue? Even I get not that bad at that.
Well, I'm probably a little short sometimes. Maybe I interrupt. I do have a hearing problem, so sometimes I think I hear a lull in the conversation. It's a little better with these earpieces. So if somebody thinks that you're talking over them, they're going to be insulted. I've learned to just ignore it. Some people just don't like the tone of my fucking voice. That was my
Because
mother's
you don't know
problem.
what the
half
fuck
the
you're
time.
talking about.
That's your opinion, and thank you for it.
It's not an opinion.
It's okay, of course. You know what you're
You're
talking
bragging
about.
about getting charges dropped for breaking into the house you're living at.
They were going straight for the fucking gusto. They weren't letting me go. They
Because
fucking
you're
ordered a
annoying.
goddamn. No, I didn't. Okay,
I'm sure
because
that
I'm
people
annoying.
did shit
So
with the
that's-
courts, and they were like, "All right, well, let's just push it forward anyways," because he's a dude.
So they should push it forward because they're being a dick like you. Is that what you're saying?
He's not being a
I'm not
dick.
saying they
He's just being
should.
an
I'm
asshole.
saying
He
that's
is.
probably
He's
what they did.
basically saying I'm annoying, so I should have gone forward with charges. Fuck
That's
you.
not what I'm saying.
They-
I'm
they
saying
That's
do
the
that, though.
implication.
They do that,
makes
Scott.
sense.
They could have been like this fucktard. Let's
And
just
I
keep it
stood
going.
up to him doing it, and I said, "You're not going to do it." No, I'm not going to pay $50 and say I had a pipe in my hand. I had a license for the pipe and the pot. Go fuck yourself and give me back my pipe.
Your
Good
pipe-
jab. Good job, Scott. Way to go, buddy. High five it.
I was not actually even paying attention anymore.
The optics are high.
No.
Well, I mean, and I don't want to get stressed out because I have anxiety issues. I've had fucking benzos for 40 years almost. Now,
Jesus
the reality is I
So-
got thrown off a horse, landed on my head when I was 19, should have played pro football, literally
So
was
you're,
going.
so you're admittedly on mind-altering drugs. I would
I
assume.
stay off of
Mental
them, but I
medication.
mean, it's literally been fucking. And I'm not saying admittedly, no. I stay off of them for years now, but I mean, I've been on them on and off
You
because
just
of
said you
fucking.
were on them for years, and now you're off of them for years. Which one is it?
I'm off of them. Okay. I'm off of them, but I'd been on them for years, on and off over. Dude, if you want to
You
know
don't
the
on and
truth,
off
go
this.
look into the what.
You don't really on and off, but never mind. What? Never
Well,
mind.
you seem like
No,
you're
I
pretty fucked
understand.
up right now, Scott. What kind of pills you on right now?
Nothing at all.
What are you drinking?
No, I don't
Nothing
drink.
for anxiety. Nothing.
Medical marijuana.
Oh, you're just fucking high.
Right here. I've been sitting in front of you with it.
So you don't have any firearms, right?
What's that?
I said, so you don't have any firearms, right?
Mitch.
Mitch, what a dick.
Difficult question, and it's.
I wouldn't
For
come in this.
shame,
Hey,
Mitch.
Mitch, I wouldn't
Scott
come
annoying the
in
shit
this
out of me,
store
but
one
for
way or the other.
shame.
Red flag optics.
There's just such
You two up
stupidity
top
in this.
stop being pieces
No,
of shit. No
I
red
don't
flag
think-
optics on Scott.
I don't think you can federally have a firearm and
Some
I-
of us can't. Don't judge us.
It's possible.
and have a
It's
medical
legal.
license. I think if
Yep.
you get a medical license, they
Mm.
take your
I
firearm.
I can show you all of my licenses for everything. It's possible.
Oh, really? You got
No, no.
medical license and firearm?
Yeah.
If Wizard could fucking make
Hey,
a bicycle
what I would say,
license,
hey,
dude.
hey, just
If
for
you don't-
nothing.
You don't need a license.
Mitchell,
to have
Mitchell.
alcohol. I have a beer and a gun. I mean, what's the difference?
I'm a felon, so I don't fucking know the
Oh
technical.
no, yeah. That's see, your rights are taken away. You could have a gun, can't you? You carry a gun?
I don't talk about it.
You just
I mean-
ask everybody, right?
You just asked me if I had a gun, and I answered you. You don't have to answer.
So
me.
you,
I know if I was living in my fucking truck with my fucking dog,
I'd have
I
three.
would have more than one gun. I know.
I'd have three.
ammo,
I'd have the long rifle loaded.
live a good free life, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Have you ever been parked off like in the woods or something,
I'll
Mitchell?
tell
And
you,
some
I don't have a
motherfucker.
firearm. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
and you just
Mitchell.
look at the difference between a firearm and a gun. There is a difference. There is a
Hey,
distinction.
Mitchell. Have you? I was watching this video of a dude that was camping out like you, just driving. Have you ever parked out in the middle of nowhere almost, and then some motherfuckers like came up on your truck? Like, what the fuck are they doing out here in this
Fuck
area?
yeah.
Like where you
Yeah.
park, no one should be out there, and motherfuckers are like out there in the
Dude, I've
woods.
seen it all. I've seen it all. I've been on the road for 14 years. So I think almost 15.
How many
I think
knives
it'll
you
be
got?
15.
You
I
got
think
how
it
many
might be
knives you
15
got?
years today, actually.
You got any
If
blades?
you add like say you won
do.
lottery or something, would you get a more stable place, or are you happy just being if you had the convenience of doing it without worry fiat wise or anything? Like, are you more happier mobile, or would you be willing
He'd
to?
go to a Mini Cooper.
This is
Would
what
you-
I
would-
can manage. This is what I can manage. I can go fucking be off in the woods if I want and probably be happier. But
If you had unlimited money, you'd still stay that. You wouldn't go into a small apartment, or at least, I mean, fuck, a tiny house would be cool.
No,
I bought a $35,000
yeah.
trailer 2 years ago. A brand new trailer. It's just not for me. I can't
This
do
is
it.
simple. This is simple life. So it's almost. I mean, you're living. My nephew is the van life. He does it out in between Nevada and fucking Denver. So he's
No,
with a
I
group
have
of people.
I have friends and family. I have places I can stay, and I have stayed places throughout the 15 years, but not for long. It's not for me. I can't do it. Many reasons, but yeah,
But staying with people. What about yourself? I mean, if you had your own place.
I have had my own place. That's why I bought a $35,000 trailer, man. This fucking apartment on wheels.
And then you sold it, I guess.
Well, I parked it.
Okay, so you still have it. You still have basically a home. You're just not moving it. You're basically. It's simple for you to get.
No, it's being used.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Is it rental income? It's not my
Yeah,
business.
but it's with family.
I was gonna say, we're actually looking at RVs. We may be getting on the road, living one of those. One more
Did
kid.
I tell you
One more
mine?
kid.
Steve's gonna become a snowbird.
No, there's no such thing as a snowbird that's here.
There's
all year
snowbirds here in Arizona. RV land is Arizona.
I live in Florida, bro.
I know Florida and
I mean,
Arizona are the biggest RV states in the United States.
Well, you
Arizona
can get
just
lot rent for cheap. Like for a whole month or the whole year, you can pay like $5,000 in lot rent. Compared
Hey,
to
did you hear about that old fucking couple that fucking decided to book like 51 cruise ship fucking things for the whole and it was cheaper than staying at a nursing home.
Yeah, they
And
live
so-
on those. They live on the
so they
cruise ship
lived
and
on the
dance
cruise ship,
and
yeah, on the
eat
ocean,
and
the
drink.
cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cheaper. They saved, and they did. They should save hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like the amount of time they stayed on the cruise ship versus if they were to book their nursing home or whatever. And
Steve, how much you thinking about spending on an RV?
Enough to be comfortable.
Well,
I don't really have a budget.
I know you do stereos and stuff. Do you ever fix up cars or do any fucking work on bodies of shit or things?
Yeah.
Nope. He does. He's stupid at that shit.
I mean, come on, man.
Is the
No, I've got an RV. We're
lowered
gonna
or
do-
lifted?
question, are you,
Jesus
Scott? You
Christ,
are just
let it
weird,
slow
dude.
down. That's
I know, but I'm
fucking
just saying you're weird.
I've got a fucking 38-foot fucking diesel pusher that I might be selling. Is that weird? I'm talking to a guy that might be a
I
buyer.
know.
Or you just
I
a
knew where you were
dipshit?
going with this. I was like, he's either
Oh.
trying
Oh,
to
you
sell
have a
something,
fucking
or
brain
he's
in your
gonna
head.
like.
Name is
No,
on
I'm
You should have
gonna-
just gone to it.
I'm gonna
Say,
get
hey,
a
I
brand
got
new
a.
one.
What's that, Steve?
I said I'm getting a brand new one,
When you
Oh,
open up
brand
and
new,
say,
okay.
"Can you fix shit?"
and I'm gonna
and now
park it in
your
a big
ending
50
is
by
like, "Oh, I
50.
got something for sale." I mean, you kind
No,
of
there's-
like, "Hey, Steve, can you fix shit? I got a shitty thing for sale."
Yeah,
No,
right.
it runs good.
Here's your
It's
home.
got fucking.
Here's your home.
No.
Just gonna fix it up a little bit. No, we're not fixing up shit. It's gonna be brand new.
Yeah, this isn't in bad shape. It just has a couple little issues, and it's not a tough fucking fix at all.
What is it? What year model of RV do you have, Scott? What year model?
What kind of
and-
engine? What kind of chassis is it on?
Yeah, what do you have, Scott?
Whose name is on the
Chassis?
title?
2005. It's a 2005 Monaco Diplomat. It's a 38-foot. It's got a 400 Cummins diesel, and it's literally what's it sitting on? I think it's an international chassis,
old.
if I remember
Sorry,
correctly.
Val.
No, it's
It's
old,
old.
but it's the motor's not even broken in. It's only got like 68,000.
So what's wrong with it?
You could pull the engine out and sell it because it's just gonna stay parked.
The
much
my
already got bonfire.
mom's husband fucking drove it into a ditch, missed the driveway, and twisted. So just the top, I've got it taped
The
up.
frame,
but-
You're trying
Scott.
to sell me some shit.
No,
man. You're
the
trying to-
frame.
you're
No,
Listen.
shady,
you asked
Scott.
if you could fix it first, dude.
Hey,
You're fucking
hey,
doing
hey!
it wrong.
The only thing, stop. Listen, The
What do you want? I'll
frame.
give you $5,000. I'll give you
How much
$5,000.
do you
You
want
get it.
for it,
Fuck
Scott?
you. The engine's worth 30.
Scott, how
fucking
much
grand.
do you want
Stop.
for it? How much do you
Probably
want for it?
65,
He's only getting
70.
$5,000. I would
Yeah,
only give
you're
him
not. You don't have any idea what it's worth, and you don't. The fucking the
6,000.
machine
Sell it
went.
to me for $1,000 right now, and I'll PayPal it.
I got.
Hey,
Hey,
you're
I'll
so
sell it to you for
stupid.
$500 right now, Snafu. If you want his RV, we got a deal.
Scott, I live about an hour from you. I live probably 60 minutes away from you, Scott. So I'll give you $5,000 and you give me the title.
You're wrong.
Damn,
You, didn't
I'm
get, you
saying
couldn't
like
give me
5 to
55
1,000.
grand. I wouldn't give it to you.
He said the frame was twisted, Steve. What the
No,
fuck?
it went on a Kansas Jack machine immediately. A fucking big Kansas Jack frame machine at my cousin's up just south of Chicago. It was
So the frame
immediately
was
taken
twisted
care
and
of.
you untwisted it.
God.
It still had
You
frame
just talked
damage.
about
was-
how
hey.
shitty it was.
RV.
No, there wasn't even a fucking degree off, and the biggest problem was the fucking the stairs had to be replaced on it. So now there was one fucking spot up at the top where I put tape on it, but you could see there's a little water coming in. I don't want to sell it without telling people there's water coming in behind this cabinet. I wouldn't
Just
do
probably
it.
mold and stuff, huh?
No,
Probably
there's no
mold.
mold, you dumbass. He's talking about living in it. I fucking do fire flood and mold for a living.
You
I
just said
wouldn't
there was
put anybody
water
in
in
mold.
it in the cabinet.
No, I stopped it, you dumb shit. I stopped it fucking immediately. You're just a fucking. You guys are just out there, all of you.
Me too.
Oh my god! All right.
Even Steve. Steve's not very out there.
Which one is it, Scott?
You gotta look for the one with mold on the side of it.
It's
Where's
not
the one
for
with
sale. It's
broken
not on the
stairs?
market. It's not for sale. It's not out there yet.
So what stairs are
But it
broken? The
looks
ones
just
to get
like
into
that.
it?
No, they're brand new. They're fucking. They're still.
So
They're
you
not
take $500 for it right now?
for the stairs. Yeah, you could have a set of stairs
No,
for
for the
$500.
$500. PayPal. Sell it to me right now.
So,
We'll make
so
a
you're telling me
transaction in front of
your
everyone.
RV looks like this, Scott?
Snaps, that's the price I offered you for it.
It looks just like
I
that.
know. I'm just
pretty
doing
much,
dirty
Steve.
Dylan.
Me too.
Yeah, I got a tow dolly for it with the fucking Kia that pulls right behind it. I'm probably gonna sell the Kia too.
You got a Kia too.
Shit. Give me a thumb drive. I'll buy
Yeah.
the key. That's all I need for Kia.
That's a
You
nice
ain't
fucking
taking no
bus.
$500 for it, Mr. Scott. You want 5,000? You
From
said.
you, I would take $500 and you could stay the night in it with Mitchell for one night in the driveway.
Well,
I'll
don't
sell you
drive
Mitchell
it.
for another $500.
Oh.
For $1,000. Okay, for $900, you get Mitchell and the RV.
I'll tell you what, if they would let me do it where I'm at right here, if I could rent it right here, I could probably rent it for $1,000, probably $1,000 for a week, like a long weekend. Right here in a golden
Airbnbs do
fucking.
it. I've seen Airbnbs have their RVs on the side of their houses and rent them out as
Yeah, I
Airbnbs.
just make $1,500 a month on my Nissan Altima renting it out.
Jesus Christ, I don't think so.
Where?
As a rental, as a car rental, or as a fucking home?
Yeah, it's a badass company. Well, it was. I don't know about it anymore. But
I
we
wouldn't
went-
trust somebody
first
driving
came
my
out.
car.
So I was like, it got real popular. You know, it became a lot of people just bought like 10 cars just so they could put them on Turo. But yeah, that's what it was. Just like a peer-to-peer car rental.
Did they fuck it up?
No.
You
I
know,
never really-
I've seen those. Those are
really had
weird.
any issues.
Like where they like, so if they rented your car and were driving it and it broke down, is like, how's that work? Insurance?
They Turo insures it. So when it's rented out, it's insured under them. So
Okay.
if anything happened, it would be covered under their insurance.
But you have to have a primary policy before they'll insure it.
No, not necessarily. I didn't.
Yeah, no, you have to. They wouldn't hire you to drive or really? They just
You don't
they insured
drive.
your
You
private.
don't drive. It's
No,
a
but what I'm
When I say you're uneducated, do you know how many cab drivers in New York are
And
from
you have
other
the
countries
option to provide your
undocumented.
own
Somebody,
insurance,
but
or
that's
use
the
theirs.
cab drivers are
Part
using
of their
someone
business.
else's property. This
The
is his
great
property. Why
American
would they
way
insure
to
his
live. How do you
property?
think they drive the cars and insure? And there's ways to get around these things.
Hey,
The
so Scott,
Uber drivers all pay for insurance.
how much do you want for that bus, Scott? You got pictures of it? Email it to me.
I'm not going to give you a price on it until I discuss it with my sister and we figure out if that's what we're going to do. I got to give her the fucking 50%
Oh, so you're
call on it.
false advertising
She wants
sells.
to sell it. No, she wants to sell it. So we'll see
No
what
deal,
happens.
Scott. The deal's off.
Yeah, fuck you,
The
Scott.
deal, yeah,
You
you're
can't jerk us
fucking.
around like this, Scott. I'll still
I
sell it.
told you,
I'll
hey,
still
Steve,
sell it
I
and
told
for
you the 60
$800.
to 65, 70 range is probably where it's going to be.
No, it's not worth that.
Damn, with the twisted frame and all.
It's not worth that much. Going
It's
there.
straight. You can put it in the fucking, you can put it as straight as true as a dime. It ain't even true as you can get it.
Lineman's
10
probably
out of
fucked
10.
up. There's probably mold
No.
in it.
Yeah, there is snafu, and you can fucking come lick it off for me.
Okay, at least you're being honorable and telling the truth now.
Yes, exactly. And the refrigerator is
Water
where
in
it
the
is. So.
cabinets causes mold. I'm sure.
Snafu, you're just a fucking pogo yourself. And what I mean is, you're like
Oh,
that.
Scott, here we go. We love to fight. Oh man, did you see that video, Flo, that Cynthia
Which
made?
one? That Cynthia made?
The latest and
She's made a
greatest.
few lately. Which one?
The very
Where
latest.
Wizard got kicked like a clown over the fence.
Wizard is a clown.
Yes.
Honestly, Scott, you sounded a lot like Wizard with this post office bullshit talk.
No,
501c389, blah, blah, blah.
Dude,
What
Flo's
the
been
fuck?
handling Wizard like a boss lately. Dude, it's great.
Yeah, he
He's
has.
a gay little bitch. He won't accept my check. He won't debate me anywhere. He won't buck up and just film himself handing off passing mail off to a postal employee. Like, here, I made this stamp. Can you mail it for me? And they're going, oh yes. Like, he won't do shit except for just like spurg out and call people bitch ass slaves. And
You know, I didn't tell you guys this story. Some of you caught it, some of you didn't catch it, but it was a long time ago last year. But when Wizard first was going at me, he was like, I'm going to bring up your public record, like, because we got on the whole public record talk. And he was like trying to say, oh, you went in for domestic on a girl, which no, my record's clear out there. Some weed. I went to prison for the marijuana, blah, blah. Well, anyways, he was doing this whole thing. Come to my show and we'll talk about your record. Come on my show. We'll talk about your record, right? Blah, blah. So I said, well, it was right around the time I got swatted. And Paul was like, yeah, I was part of that, even though we figured out all this shit, blah, blah. So I was like admissive anyways. Well, I finally told Wizard, I said, well, do you got my record? Like, what do you want to talk about on your show? It's all public. Oh, well, I need your name. I need your stuff to get your record. This guy been telling everyone, like, what I did. He didn't even look at my shit. He didn't even have it. He was like, guys like Wizard are a joke. They really are. I'm sorry, Wizard, but you're kind of a joke.
Smart. He seems really smart that he knows all of his studies.
People can make words sound smart. Hooked on Phonics worked for me too.
he cites things and then completely misuses them.
I don't know. He seems pretty successful. He's not in jail. I mean, I guess if he was doing breaking the law, he'd probably get caught once or twice.
Well, he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
obviously
he
doesn't
sits at home,
drive.
smoke weed, and have some chick fucking make him macaroni and cheese or whatever.
And
Y'all are just assuming that the guy could be out there fucking running the town. I mean, I'm not afraid to move around. People fucking. I mean, right now,
You
listen, I
think
probably.
Wizard is running the town, Scott?
No, I said running
You think-
around. I'm not saying he's running the town, but he's running around doing shit.
Could
The
you
guy doesn't sit at
imagine
home.
him going to the post office? I would hate to be the post office staff if Wizard walked in.
Oh,
I don't think he does any of that shit. I think it's all just part of the show.
Yeah, and Pro State, what if you're just ruining the fucking poor man's grift?
It
Shame
is
on
a grift.
I
He
don't
is
blame
poor.
anybody
I am
that's
trying to
on
ruin it 'cause he's
here
poor too.
trying to collect money. If you want to try to collect money, then collect as much money as you can. You're an idiot to turn
Shame
down
on the
any money.
motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. Shame on the
Unless it
motherfucker
comes
if they
with a
don't like.
contract. Unless it comes with a contract, you never not take someone's money if they're giving it to you. So
That's
I can't blame
fucking
anyone.
exactly right.
Well, hey
Right.
fellas, I'm gonna end this stream because I got to get off of here. So, Flo, I know you came in late. Thanks for
Fine.
stopping
I see
by.
why you're ending it.
Yep.
Because you're scared of Wizard.
Oh yeah, right. I'm super scared of Wizard. I don't have any problems with him. He doesn't bother me. But I will walk with you on your quest to destroy him and Paul and anybody else that's out there that fucking do stupid shit on these panels. Fucking start acting normal, people. But
There's Wizard. Hold on, before you end it, let me say, Wizard. If you
No,
want me
go
to
to
shut-
your. I was gonna say, why don't you open up your panel for a half hour?
Fucking Scott.
You're not coming up, Scott.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am, motherfucker. I'm coming there.
Wait,
Good night,
if Wizard
Steve.
goes on Mr. Flo's panel, though, that would be interesting.
It'd be fucking priceless. Another
Well,
guilty pleasure for me.
If Keith was going to come up here, then I'll wait a minute. But I don't see him, and I got to roll. So I appreciate everybody
Thanks,
coming
Steve.
out. Thanks, Scott.
Steve. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah.
Later.
See y'all later. Get the fuck out of here.
Drop that bitch on her head like bang.